Hi everyone, I am Kathy and um, I am attempting to get into Lambda School. And with that, you have to take the Lambda Challenge, either that or their pre-entry course. But I'm trying to do the Lambda Challenge. And with that being said, I'm going to submit this to the Slack channel. And what I'm doing is basically I'm recording what I'm doing. So I just am almost done listening to this lesson right here. And before I get to the assignment, I thought it would be a good idea to try and solidify the information in my head by actually doing what he is doing, but just in my own text editor over here. So that's what I'm going to go over. I'm just going to basically read my comments and my thought process and kind of switch back and forth to let y'all see it. So yeah, here we go. So this particular lesson is about classes, JavaScript classes. And what I got from this lesson is basically how to create a class with the class constructor. So the first step is to create a function. So number one says create a function with parameters that creates a class of an object named user. So that's what I did. So I'm creating a function here, and this function, me creating this function, is actually going to create the class. That's how I'm understanding it. So side note, if I'm thinking about it wrong or it doesn't make sense, or maybe it could be phrased in a better way, I would love to engage with anyone and have a discussion about that and get us all on the same page. So again, create a function with parameters that creates a class of an object named user. So that's how I thought about it. Function keyword, my class is called user, and it has parameters of a name string, email string, and password string. Then I have my curly braces here, and then this is a comment. And what the instructor was saying, that using the this keyword inside this function that is creating a class, using this keyword is equal to basically creating an empty object inside this class. So that's what I did. And then he said to use dot notation to create the object's key value pairs. So this is what I understood him to mean. You use this keyword, then you use the dot notation, then you use name. So this dot name is going to equal or going to be set to correspond to this parameter right here. This dot name equals name string. This dot email is equal to email string, and this dot password is equal to password string. Okay, so these names correspond to the parameters up here, right? So over here, the little comment that I wrote was this plus dot notation plus key, this keyword, dot notation, the key's name, and then set it equal to the parameter above. Okay, so that's the same thing for these three. Create a method that delivers a greeting when we run it in the console. So to create a method inside this class, you again use this keyword, dot notation, and then the name of your method, which is going to be greet you. And again, from my understanding, a method and a function are kind of the same thing in JavaScript when you're creating objects. So this is really creating a function inside the class. And you're also making the class by creating a function as well. So again, what's sticking is that a lot of things are functions. Almost everything's really coming up with a function. Okay, so this dot keyword, or this keyword plus the dot notation plus the name of whatever your method is going to be. Mine is going to be called greets you, and then you set that equal to a function. So the keyword function, your empty parentheses, and then your curly braces. And then down here I wrote this right here is the code that gives the function life or makes it do something. This is the code that tells this function what it's going to do. The above is what gets returned. Right. Okay. So this is the creation of our class. Everything that's I guess not commented out, everything that's like the colors, function, user, yellow, purple, red, all this stuff. This is the actual code that makes things happen. These are comments. So they don't actually make anything happen. They're just notes. And these are my personal thought processes, how I'm thinking in my head. So that's that. So again, up here, we have created the class. And the class name is called user. And it has an object inside of it that kind of defines what the user class is. And then we can use that again very easily down here. So what I wrote down here is, after creating our class with the object inside of it, now we can use it as a template of sorts. I put that in quotes. We can use it as a format, as a blueprint, I don't know, to create new objects faster. Okay. So what else did I write? Use the let keyword to create a new object called user Kathy. That's me. You can use your own name. This can be whatever you really want it to be, but it should kind of match in line with the class name, I guess, so that you know what class you're using. So let user Kathy, this is a variable really, right? We're making a variable. Let user Kathy equal new user. This new keyword is what allows us to use this class that we created up here to create a new object of that class. Okay, so new user, again you see up here, is going to equal the parameters of the class that we made up here. So Kathy is the name string, cat@test.com is the email string, and 123abc is the password string. So if we go to the console, oh, and I'm sorry, by the way, I am using VS Code, and I created an HTML document over here, and I linked this JavaScript file right here. This is how you link a JavaScript file, or one of the ways to link a JavaScript file to the HTML document. And the HTML document is what actually allows me to see this in my browser. And in VS Code, if you have the extension that it is Live Server. If you have that extension, you can right click on the page, it'll bring up this menu, and then open with Live Server. Just in case you have the same setup that I have, this is how I'm doing it. Open with Live Server. Okay. So I already have it open, so I'm going to go ahead and come back to the JS file. And I'm going to go to my browser. So here it is. This is the HTML. But if you right click and inspect and then go to console, it'll take you to the JavaScript. So again, as you can see here, I created a variable, let user Kathy equal new user, and I put in these arguments that match the parameters up here. And what it says is, if I console log the line of code directly below this, which is this, console log user Kathy, what it's going to give me is, or it will output this right here. And if we go back, you can see that that's exactly what it output, of course, because I copied and pasted. So that's that. Yeah, so it gives me the user class, and it shows me the function or the method that's in there. It just basically gives you all of this information, whole bunch. And I don't know what all of this does just yet, but I'm sure that we will learn that once we make it into Lambda. So yeah, I'm going to close these back up. But yeah, I created the class, the user class, and it has my name, my email, my password, and then it says right here, greets you. So if you're thinking to yourself like, well, I wrote this function, how come it's not showing up? It's because we haven't console logged that one yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment this out, and I'm going to uncomment this one. Because if you want to see the actual method that this class and now this object contains, then you have to add the name of the method right here with the dot notation as well. So console.log user Kathy, and then dot notation, and then the name of the method greets you. And if you see up here, again, return this method. What it returns is, hello, I'm this dot name. If I were to put this dot email, it's still a string. I mean, this isn't really practical, but just so we can see what happens. This dot email. If I put this dot email in there, and I have this, right, greet you, this function, what's going to appear, I think, should say, instead of hello, I'm Kathy, it should say, hello, I'm cat@test.com. So I'm going to save this, and then let's go back and see. And that's exactly what it gives us. Hello, I'm cat@test.com. So to sum it all up, there's a lot of steps. And I have worked with JavaScript a little bit before, but really now, after listening to this lesson and doing this, I actually can say with a little bit of confidence that I understand what's going on. And I said that I work with JavaScript, or I've worked with JavaScript in the past, but in reality, I've copied JavaScript in the past. You know, I've just kind of like coded and been like, oh, okay, and then I see that it works, but I'm not really understanding, or I wasn't really understanding how everything was coming together. But to me, programming is just, there's a lot of correspondence. You have to know what is connected to what and why they're connected and why they need that connection in order to work and give us the desired results. I don't know. That sounds kind of complicated, but again, that's how I'm thinking about it, and I just wanted to share that with everybody. Hope this may have helped some, and I am always willing to answer a question or try to point you in the right direction, or communicate with anyone so that we can find a solution together. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back as I continue doing these challenges and seeing if I can become a Lambda School student. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Goodbye. Where's my little thing? Oh, okay. All right, goodbye for real.